What's the scoop on the 2023 Santa Clarita real estate market? Well, it's been quite a roller coaster ride, and headlines aren't exactly painting a crystal clear picture. As of the time of this recording, we've got 241 properties on the market. Of those, 172 are single family residences, while only 69 are condos and townhomes. But here's the kicker. There are a whopping 267 properties currently in escrow, with 191 of those being single family homes and 76 being condos and townhomes. Yep, you heard that right. Our inventory is super tight. We have more homes in escrow than we have on the market right now. Now let's dive into the nitty-gritty of August. We saw 254 new listings hit the market last month, bringing the total active listings to 298. Translation, very few homes are hanging around for more than a month. The median days on the market is only 33 days. Although this number might vary depending on your price range, in August alone, there were 295 pending listings, which means that there are actually more homes getting snatched up every month than new ones hitting the market. Now, before you get too excited, remember that these are broad figures covering all areas and all price ranges. Let's narrow it down a little bit. If you're on the hunt for a condo or townhome anywhere in the Santa Clarita Valley, Castaic or Stevenson Ranch, between 400 and 600,000, there are 31 condos and townhomes on the market. But let's say you need at least 3 bedrooms. Well, now you're down to only 7 properties. And if you're looking for a single family home between 800 and 950,000, again, anywhere in Santa Clarita Valley, you've got 42 options. Unless you need a 4-bedroom, in which case now you only have 22. Oh, and if you're in the market and have a budget for over $1 million, there are 79 homes to choose from. Now here's where it gets a little bit tricky. Some news outlets are saying that the median home price is going down. But hold your horses, that doesn't necessarily mean prices are plummeting. It might simply mean that the houses selling now are a bit less pricey. Why, you ask? Well, when interest rates are on the higher side, more people are aiming for something more budget friendly. Plus, many homeowners with spacious homes are hanging on to them because their interest rates are at rock bottom. And even if they're empty nesters and don't need all that extra space, moving just doesn't make financial sense right now. So let me break it down a little bit. When we're talking about median price ranges, let's just say you have 3 coins and 2 are nickels and 1's a dime. Well, the median is 5 cents. But if you got 3 coins and 2 are dimes and 1 is a nickel, the median jumps to 10 cents. So when you see headlines and they're talking about median prices, take it with a grain of salt. The numbers can be a bit wonky at times. Now let's turn our attention to interest rates. They've certainly taken a hike compared to the past few years. Towards the end of 2022, industry experts were predicting that we'd be enjoying lower rates by now. But as they say, no one can foresee the future or control the Federal Reserve. That being said, in my opinion, buyers have a bit of an advantage in today's market, particularly first-time buyers. Why? Well, when rates eventually drop, first-time buyers might face stiffer competition. Those future buyers coming to the market might come to the table with larger down payments and the ability to waive contingencies, something that can be financially challenging for first-time buyers. So let's take a quick trip down memory lane to the end of 2020 and 2021 when rates were at the rock bottom. Remember how everyone was rushing to buy homes and competition was off the charts? We had some homes that had over 30 offers. It was heartbreaking to tell so many eager buyers they didn't get the homes they'd fallen in love with. This fierce competition also pushed prices higher because there was such a frenzy. We often had lines of people waiting to tour open houses. Buyers were even willing to waive contingencies like appraisals, loans, and sometimes even inspections. Some were even paying what we call an appraisal gap. That's what that means is if the market value and the appraised value don't match, and a buyer is willing to pay more than the appraised value, they must bring in the difference in cash. So for example, let's just say that you made an offer on a house for $900,000, but the appraisal came in at $850,000. You would need to bring in your 10% down payment, let's just say, which is $85,000, plus an additional $50,000 to cover the appraisal gap. People were justifying this because rates were incredibly low and the market was soaring. Now, it's unlikely we'll ever see rates that low again, but I don't have a crystal ball. What I do believe, given our low inventory, is that when rates do eventually drop, and I think they will in the next year or so, history suggests this tends to happen during recessions. We'll see a surge of buyers jumping off the fence, and we'll once again face a supply and demand challenge. Currently, we're already dealing with a supply and demand issue. Even with the higher rates, we're witnessing multiple offers on well-priced homes in move-in ready condition. So for all these reasons, I see this as an excellent opportunity, especially for first-time buyers to enter in the market. And here's why. 1, less competition. You might have a couple of competing offers, but you won't be facing 30+ offers in the bidding wars that we saw before. 2, you can retain your contingencies. You can keep your inspection, loan, and appraisal contingencies intact. Removing inspection contingencies is especially risky since you don't have control over potential hidden defects in the home. With loan contingencies, at least you do have some control. You know that you've been diligent and you've given your lender all the information. And again, as we spoke about with appraisal contingencies, you want to ensure you don't need to bring in the extra cash if the appraisal falls short. The third thing is future proofing. Even if you buy now at a higher rate and can manage the payments, you're prepared for the worst case scenario. When rates inevitably drop, you can refinance into a lower rate and reduce your monthly payment. So as rates drop, prices tend to rise. So you'll be locked in to your purchase price while enjoying the lower payments. Now, I can personally vouch for this. We bought our first home in 1989, and we bought at almost 11%, and we owned that home for almost 30 years. So it was one of the best moves we ever made. So when we did refinance, we actually refinanced a few times. The first time we went down to like 9%, the second time we were in the low 7s, and the final time we were in the 5s. So in almost 30 years, that was one of our best investments we ever made, even though we started out at almost 11% interest. Now that said, it's still a seller's market due to our persistent low inventory. Home values have mostly held steady or even seen a slight uptick across the most price ranges. Now there have been a few areas and some price ranges that we've seen minor decreases in pricing. That market is not crashing. The median days on the market in Santa Cruz Valley, and this includes Castaic and Stevenson's Ranch, stand at about 33 days right now. Now, if you're considering selling, is this a good time to make your move? If you bought your home in mid-2021 or earlier, you're likely sitting on some solid equity. But remember, the market has shifted. So you can't just throw your home on the market and just plan on it selling in 2 days. It's not going to happen. You need to make sure you prepare your home for sale. You want it to be show ready. You don't want your property sitting stale on the market. It's crucial to ensure your home looks its best on picture day. So many buyers are starting their search online. So what's my crystal ball saying about the rest of 2023? I foresee more of the same. Low inventory and a slightly smaller buyer pool as we enter into the holiday season. In my experience, the last quarter of the season tends to be robust in the real estate business. We may have fewer buyers, but they're often more serious buyers. Buyers are growing weary of waiting, realizing that the market isn't crashing and that the rates are what they are. They don't want to get caught up in the bidding wars against dozens of others. Additionally, Q4 usually sees a decline in listings as people are preoccupied with the holidays and family matters. So the sellers during this time are typically motivated and committed, or else they wouldn't even have their home on the market. While I don't believe we'll see rates back in the 2s and 3s, many industry experts predict they will settle in the 5s and 6s in the next 6 to 12 months. If you're holding out for those ultra low interest rates at 2 and 3%, you might find you pricing yourself out of home ownership if you're a first-time buyer. If you need to sell your current home to buy, this is a great time for you as well. In the past, it was unheard of to get contingent offers accepted. But in today's market, we're seeing it happen. Ideally, your current home would be an escrow. But we've even had offers accepted when the buyer's home was just put on the market, but we were able to demonstrate that we priced the home fairly. We were able to show that we are doing our marketing, that the home shows well. And this is truly a great time to buy or sell if it makes sense for your situation. Whether you plan to stay in your home for over 2 years, use it as a long-term rental, and handle the monthly payments, or are looking to upgrade or downsize, reach out to the Cicerello team. We'd be delighted to answer your questions and guide you through this exciting real estate journey.